playing on the BM broadcast against Omega Neos, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Smart Omega Neos, right?
Smart
I think
Omega
they're
Neos.
MDL team. Well, for Niners, we'll just have to see if anything changes for game number 2 because honestly, game 1, not impressed. Not impressed at all.
Yeah, definitely not impressed here. It really looked like they got outclassed by ONIC PH's B team here, which is a little nerve-wracking. Let's see whether or not they're going to get these changes down in the draft. Barats as the opted change here.
Yeah, so they banned Barats, which means that there's a chance on the Philippines just straight up let Angela through again, and if Niners want to pick up the Angela for Barbosa, they have to have a plan B, right? Ling is definitely out of the question at this point. This time Matilda ban out, so it is an Angela angle, but will Niners bite?
After seeing the Ling play coming in from James, do they really want to let it through? Yeah, they're not. They're going to take it.
I feel like compared to a Ling, you would rather take Angela.
Yeah.
Still a safer option.
Yeah, especially as a first pick nonetheless. Like, what are we, like 4 or 5 seasons back?
All right,
Ling
so
first pick, okay.
James Pangs again with the Ling.
Yuzong blind. Oh, Terizla.
Wow, they take the Terizla away.
Dang. Okay, I respect it.
Yeah, because Barras was banned out, right? So ONIC was like, okay, if you ban Barras, we just take Terizla.
I think that's been one of the bigger problems for Max specifically, especially in these Retribution fights. He has to deal with the single target lockdown that suppresses him when he's inside the belly of the beast. But now with the belly of the beast out of the way, maybe they can have a decent chance because we're seeing the exact same draft coming out from the side of the JP Niners.
Oh, doing the run it back. But if they...
Natan, right?
Yeah. Why don't you pick Natan?
Confidence, maybe. Confidence and global presence. So far, they haven't made... Well, I want to say they haven't really abused the global presence, but to be fair, ONIC are, like, hella prepared. They set up the bunkers early on. As soon as they see him take it, he's dead.
Yeah, technically, they did abuse it, but it's just that the payout wasn't good.
Payout didn't get enough. Right?
So, this time, Yuzong banned out again. This is really going to start eating into Year 3's hero pool.
Yeah, it really would. Is there a world where we see Aurora get picked up by Munji? If they don't go for the Nana, or is there any other mid laners that they have to worry about? Probably the Lilia, but even then, with that much of a lead coming in from James in game number 1, I don't think it would have made much of a difference here. Grok gets banned out from the side of JP Niners, followed up by the Yuzong from the side of ONIC. Farmis gets knocked off too. Really good stuff. What's the last ban? It's probably going to be the same, right? They're probably going to get rid of the Tigreal.
Tigreal was not banned in game 1. What are they going to ban? If they were to ban the I feel like Tigreal isn't really that bad of an option, considering that they already have the penalty zone. You don't want 2 layers of team fights. But if you are Year 3, you might be looking at a potential X-Borg pick.
Ooh, an X-Borg pick doesn't sound too bad. But then again, could go for the Swiss Army knife if he's really feeling it. Benedetta, full damage. You also have the help from the Heart Guard potentially. They get rid of the Vixana, trying to make sure that at least mid-prio is going to be at least somewhat contestable between both mid laners.
This could be a Novaria angle.
Oh.
Right, for ONIC. Novaria is open.
Novaria doesn't seem that bad.
So,
Edith.
So
okay.
they take Edith first. That
like
also
this.
hurts Year 3.
Yeah, I like this a lot because that way they can peel backwards in case the situation gets really, really dangerous and still makes Max's life pretty difficult.
So there's an opening for Moon to go for Novaria himself, but it doesn't work as well as it would have been if it's an ONIC Philippines. I'm definitely more concerned for Year 3. I feel like you could go for Benedetta, or you commit to an export and just hope that Zaus carries this game. Also the Arlot, right? It was let through.
Arlot was let through this
Arlot
time
Valentina, okay.
Oh, Valentina, interesting. Okay, at least we can get the Primordial form, I suppose, and maybe even steal away a penalty zone for the upcoming fights. Doesn't change the fact that Munji is pretty much by himself when it comes down to the back line, when Ling jumps there. Assuming that Year 3 is like too deep in the fight, right?
Yeah, because Barbosa is definitely not going to commit his Heart Guard onto Moon.
This will be interesting.
They probably would just use Max like as a sandbag, just like they've always done. And I think ONIC Philippines, they see this coming. It's very telegraphed.
I think this might be an angle for, honestly, Nana doesn't seem too bad. Aurora, if they want like a similar passive with strong CC capabilities. Lilia, if they're thinking about just chunking that front line, but no, they lean back onto this Nana. Super safe pick, combo very well with two of the enablers being the penalty zone coming in from Dur, or even just the raw setup, like traditional setup from Kekadu on the Edith.
Life is going to be so hard for Max this game.
Yeah.
How can you even enter a fight? I think you just get crowd control to death.
Well, I think it's not even about the crowd control, right? I think at this point of time, they need to kind of like, it's a battle of logistics. How exactly do they distribute their forces around the map? Because if you're looking for that initial invade onto enemy purple buff, you need to be able to have an extra member sitting next to the gold lane to help out Zobs in case something crazy happens.
We can only hope that NINERS, at least they readjust after the game one, because, you know, social media is a pretty brutal place to be, especially a lot of Malaysian fans are watching this series. I know Todak has already made it to headlines. JP NINERS might be next in line. Game 2 underway. JP NINERS still on that blue side. ONIC Philippines on the red side.
All right, let's find out how this game is going to play out here. Because once again, both are going to be doing the purple buff start. They're going to be ending up on opposite sides. Oh, wait, no. James is going to be starting on the same side of the map as Max and will end up on the bottom side of the map instead.
Interesting. I suppose for ONIC Philippines, they're not worried about any potential invades, not when you have Angela, Valentina, right? There's no threat to your jungler at all. In fact, they can start taking up space in the enemy jungle. Just happen to catch Max reaching that orange buff. Zab is already out of lane.
Yep, he can't really do too much at level 1, especially when he doesn't have Inspire, but he will try and freeze the sacrifice of a little bit of his HP. Lethal Wanderer falls into the hands of James here. Let's see. This could be like... they have to top him up, right? They can't leave Zabs alone, because if he's too low, he's going to get domed by James regardless.
He did manage to freeze the wave a bit, but every single lane is getting shoved in by ONIC Philippines, right? It feels like they have no lane where they can get the priority. Valentina doesn't outshove Nana, Moskov doesn't outshove Natan, and Arla definitely cannot do that against a Terizla.
This is why we're seeing, like, at least for Kekadu, he understands that with his Earth Shatter, he can actually manipulate these waves in their favor, right? That's why we're seeing, whoa, rushing for level 4s here, and a quick invade coming in from James.
He's going to see that. Oh, would have been really nice if he secured it.
Man, denies Max the level 4.
And even if Max wants this 4, he might have to commit a retry. Because ONIC Philippines, they definitely have a steal angle. See if they... I think they got it. Oh wait, no, Max hit 4.
He hit 4, he hit 4. He
Thankfully
still has it, right? Yeah. But James, if they stall this out long enough, he should be able to get that full level lead, right? He should be close to level 5. Yeah, so close to level 5.
I don't think he's in a rush. He can just start posturing around. Edith just hit 4 also. Depends on what all Moonji wants to steal. I think you might consider stealing the penalty zone. Flicker, it's gonna be Flicker find the slash. Moonji trying to facilitate Max, but still James that gets the turtle first blood given over to Chovy. Barbosa on the run, picked up by James, and Moonji can only do so much with the stolen primal fall. Looking for Kato, actually gets it. Yetri still trying to reset the vengeance, finally runs out of gas, and Moonji with the dash doesn't get enough damage. Terrified, but it's the Nana passive. Moonji would have definitely loved that kill, but ONIC Philippines ends up picking 4.
That's so sad. 4 for 1. And so many of the members were so very low. JP NINERS lose out in patience.
No,
he's dead. No, he's alive. Oh my goodness. The auto attack wasted on the Corbolt camp. Real sad there. Sorry, the Beetle camp there.
And Barbosa saved his life, literally.
Oh boy. Oh, that could have gone a lot worse. Zobski is not having a good time here. If it wasn't for Barbosa, that could have been a guaranteed dive from James's side. Good kid. He's having the time of his life. Free lane, harassing consistently against Zobs, breaking his Purify consistently too.
And also being almost a full level ahead.
What the heck?
Moonji actually, so much, he's dealing the most damage.
I mean, that one fight he was hitting, with the Shadow Strike alone, he was hitting multiple targets, right? He was hitting like 3 to maybe even 4 targets at once.
And the Stolen Primal Wrath.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. The Primal Wrath probably really inflated the numbers too. That makes a lot of sense, but once again, the lockdown on Max.
The Cash wants to burst down Max. The Hard Guard, not enough to keep Max alive, and K-Dot to be immobilized. Stolen Primal Wrath from Moonji. He's the one that's a true damage dealer. Top side, Yetri just got pushed away from his lane. Chovy also forced back. Well, I mean, at least for JP9's Moonji is able to contribute in these early fights.
Yetri, he's so far behind.
So like 2 levels behind.
And he's dead. He saves the tier 1, loses his life, and 2 levels worth of EXP. At this point, he is out of that lane. Like, Dirt is too strong for him to handle. He tries to go for the all-in, it's not going to matter.
Actually, his final slash came up after that. So he didn't want to wait because he was worried that they might get the turret beforehand, but still. Was it really worth it? I guess so. You keep the lane, but you are going to lose pressure around Turtle.
Oh man, Zobs, he really has to scale fast. He really needs to get strong now. They can't wait for this. Like, ONIC, they're on a steady pace to set up a checkmate situation. Kekadut taking the majority of the damage, but Primal Wrath.
Yetri is going to eat up all the damage. His life is forfeited from the start. They do give Max the Turtle, but now James shows up. Barbosa flickers away. Does have the hard guard, usually onto Max. The Princess Red keeps him alive for a bit longer, but again, not enough despite having the necessary protection. And Moonji, he's isolated. 4-man on top of him. James Pangs with the kill. ONIC Philippines picks up 2 more.
Yep, even Kekadut forced to flicker backwards away, even though the Earth Shadow was probably going to connect, just to make sure that he doesn't give another free kill over to the NINERS. Keep in mind, right, a lot of the games that we are seeing here today can be turned around in a single fight. Momentum is key for ONIC PH if they want to set up for that 10k gold lead.
They're already halfway there. 5.2k at 5 minutes and 45 seconds in.
1,000 gold a minute, man. That's exactly what they want. I think James, he's looking for that 1,000 GPM record.
It's the highest we have today in 899.
899.
899.
Yeah, that's the closest that we've gotten to so far.
And they're looking for Zobs again.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't dash, don't dash. Just wait, just wait. Yeah,
Yep.
Perfect. Yes, don't make the mechanical mistake again. Reinforcements are on its way, and the dive will commence.
I think you just give this away. Might have to consider doing that. Thankfully, Moonji is there. Still holding on to the IMU. Does not want the penalty zone. Doesn't think that having the extra engage will do anything.
I think he wants to make sure that he denies what he had. Oh, they saw him walk into there.
Yeah.
They definitely did, right? Yeah, they know.
Then they come in. Moonji actually pulled back right in the time, but thankfully, this time, able to steal the Primal Wrath. Yetri is going to be around the block.
Okay, they're still alive, and Barbosa finally getting the Flask of the Oasis. That's going to keep his team alive, especially whoever he's hard guarding at this point of time. Moonji actively looking for the Primal Wrath, but look on the opposite side of the map, right? Every single time we see ONIC PH dedicate too many resources, they quickly retreat and then start redistributing where they need to put pressure across.
I wonder if Moonji would ever consider stealing the Molina Blitz.
It doesn't sound like a bad idea, but there's a lot of movement abilities from every. I mean, there's a lot of flickers to be fair.
4 flickers. So this turtle should be, yeah, it should be a free one. I don't think NINERS can even have a thought of contesting this.
No tempo, no pace. On track to do. Oh,
Penalty zone, this time onto Moonji, able to dash away, and even with the Primal Wrath, K-Dot, the follow-up flicker of Shadow was just accurate. And Max thinking of fighting this, another Earth Shadow, forcing on the Purify from Zobs. Dirt with a flicker to get away from the Appraiser's grab. James now joins the fight. Final slash from Yetri. Dirt underneath the turret. This is the turnaround for JP9 at least give a kill with the Zobs. Missed the ultimate.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Okay, at least he waited for Kekadu to actually use the all-wear before he made that choice. While all of this is happening, despite only getting 1 kill, they lose a tier 1 down bot side. So ONIC PH, they set it up perfectly. They minimize the potential punish that could be coming from the JP9ers had they lost more members.
Yes, I mean, ONIC Philippines, they are really pushing JP9ers to their limits. As Moonji played at the best he could, still got caught. No Purify for Zobs for another 40 plus seconds. This time Moonji takes the Molina Blitz, sees the value in it.
I think he's gonna probably use it. Oh no, not using it early. And Zobs dead again.
Just wanted the wave.
Yeah, and Barbosa's like, I'm not gonna hard guard if you're gonna walk up. Zobs is like, that's fine. Zero negotiation.
not even a point of discussion.
He just did it. He asked the question, he was already at the wave. He's like, what? Yeah, boy, this is looking rough. But ONIC, at least they're giving a lot of respect to JP Niners, right? They're waiting for very specific conditions.
In a blitz, catching onto Moonji. The execute damage is not enough, but still, James will be able to secure the kill. Tempest of Blades, mega kill for the lane.
He took all 3 of the blasts. Every single one of them. He wasn't sure where the angle of the Molina Blitz was coming from.
Yeah. He even used the Purify. That's the worst case scenario, and this Lord is gone.
Yep, this is it. This is the checkmate scenario set up by ONIC PH. Beautifully done.
The thing that JP Niners can't do, despite Zav's not having 7 deaths like the previous game, it's not like he can do much in this scenario. James 4-0-5, they're 4-1. Chovy deathless so far.
Oh, this is such a rough game. This is such a rough game to watch. Like, from Barbosa's POV, there's nothing much he can really do to start affecting the lanes anymore, right? He walks by himself, he's in danger of getting get counter-rotated by James Pong. If he decides to hard guard, that target usually melts away unless it is Zaz. And even then, there's a good chance that he might throw that opportunity away, right? And even for Yan 3, if he wasn't so far behind, he might have been able to make something happen like he did previously by utilizing that final slash. He's not completely out of this game, but it's really tough since ONIC PH are not giving him a good opportunity to coin flip the fight.
He would have been a good option for the hard guard if he could survive slightly longer. Despite all that, Moonji still deals the most damage so far.
Yeah, and look at this, ONIC, they don't even need to they just have to posture for a dive, and JP Niners is forced to give up the space.
We'll take care of the Lord at least. Actually, bit of a stagger there, but James Pong just got enough distance. Eruption does go wide, but again, on the Philippines, they don't need to rush this. Oh, the good kid commits the entropy. JP Niners, they're looking for an angle to walk up, but Max knows that if the moment he gets caught by a crowd control, he is dead.
Yeah, he's going to be locked down for way too long. And I think it's tough, right? Because you need to time that energy eruption so that you get the extra stats from it to survive. And most of the time, Max isn't even able to get 2 combo points before that even happens.
It's hard to lock anyone down. Can't get to Natan, can't get to Chovy. You lock down the Edith, she crowd controls you. We just saw the blade armor purchased by Dur. So now Zavs has to really think twice on who he wants to hit.
I think this is the beauty of how ONIC PH is playing this game right now. Because again, if they had Purifies, they probably could play a little bit more disrespectfully. But the fact that they took all flickers, that's why we're seeing such a strict regimen of looking for these conditions. If Moonji walks up too far, maybe Le Good Kid can find the initial opportunity to pick him off. If Zavs accidentally uses his movement, his dash especially, that's when James can jump straight for him in combination with Dur.
And Chovy just upgraded his boots. They changed it to the roam boots actually. Got the encourage. Even more stats for team fight. Woo. The good kid just got his holy crystal.
He's so strong right now. Holy cow, they are so strong. 1,000, almost 1,000. Yeah, 1,002.
Did Chovy change it out? Oh wait, he changed it back again.
He changed it back again?
Yeah, just now he purchased the encourage, but it's not showing. So he probably was it a misclick?
What's the current timing? It's currently 12 minutes 35. Did he miss it already? Is he looking for the 14th minute, if I remember correctly? We'll see it a little bit. We'll see it a little bit. We'll keep eyes on it.
So this is Lord number 2, but JP Niners have no way of contesting this. Just have to play base defense. 11,000 goal lead for ONIC Philippines, and it's only going to keep on ballooning.
I think it's ballooned more than enough, right? This is the exact timing that they're looking for. 11,000 gold lead. Very similar timing to game number 1 here. ONIC PH just giving no room for JP Niners to breathe and giving them the respect that they deserve. But at the same time, it feels like they're getting choked out here. Niners having to deal with like a python around their neck.
On the Philippines, they're just going to wait for the wave to show up. The top wave was already set up way before that. So that's going to slowly push in. They hard shove the bottom wave. They're going to have all 3 lanes crashing in at the same time.
I mean, good luck to the Niners here. They've got a difficult base defense to pull through. Now that the high ground is a lot weaker compared to game number 1 because Moonji decided to go on this Valentina. They're going to lose their inhibitors one by one.
Just dealt with the top wave, and Zap just took that. There's one jab from James. Took out 30% of his HP. Thankfully, they can deal with the Lord pretty easily, as long as ONIC Philippines don't hard-on commit, which they don't really need to. hit the Primal Wrath. They actually dropped the Millennium Blitz. Zaps again had to use his Purify.
Ooh, interesting, interesting. Haven't seen somebody bold enough to use the Primal Wrath, Sun as a way to kind of initiate and start a combo with Chovy, right?
Oh, now there's gonna be a Flicker Panty zone. Instant retreat from NINERS. They get the Terrify onto Dirt. He's underneath the turret. He will go down, but ONIC Philippines is ready to make that sacrifice. A small price to pay for that inhibitor.
Yep, they sacrificed Durs as well as his Flicker just to get another inhibitor. And now it doesn't matter on which side the Lord spawns. They always have a consistent pushing long lane. And ONIC Philippines, they've done what they can. Now, JP NINERS, they need to find any kind of gold on the map, and ONIC EH need to deny them of it.
Wait, Barbosa Flicker?
Oh.
Barbosa, probably Fat Finger his Flicker and Zaps dies.
Oh no. Oh no. This is so brutal. Wait, where is Zaps currently on his build? He already has the Winds of Nature. He just doesn't have the Malefic Roar.
Yeah, Flicker onwards. K2 able to ready to give up his life.
Oh!
But this is done and dusted. ONIC Philippines 15,000 gold lead and not even a contest as they find